welcome back to my garden show. This is the third segment, and as you can see, many of the seedlings have taken off and are doing very, very well. I don't have my site with me today. Well, speak of the devil, Larry, join us. I wanted to start at the low there because I'm going to be using a pickaxe. The pickaxe, as you can see here, is that I am slowly, gradually, like a plow, making a deep furrow for watering, irrigation, in between all. Okay, now that we've dug our deep furrows around our plants, if you will, we're now ready to flood this with gallons and gallons of water, maybe add some Miracle-Gro or fish emulsion. And I have some plants lined up here because if you go back to our last episode, you'll see these actually being planted, most of which are about the size of an open hand when we seed it, when they were potted, put in these pots, or put into the ground in our holes that we dug. And as you can see now, well, I wanted to try an animal trick before I start showing the plants. I have this triangle, and Toby will come to us every once in a while. Let's see if it works. Believe it or not, that will actually, Toby sometimes, most of the time will come when that's raining. Let's see if he shows up. In the meantime, we'll start taking a closer look at the plants that we've planted last episode. I'm not sure how long ago it was. It's probably been about a month, around about 4 weeks. And in 4 weeks, we've seen most of these grow from that high to 2 or 3 times their height. Thai dragon pepper over here, which is doing very well, but it is not flowering yet. Here, in this pot, we have the sweet Italian basil, which will be really good for spaghetti sauces and meatloaf and things like that. And then here, this is a very unusual plant. This is the Greek oregano from the mountains of Greece. Very, very odoriferous. And my daughter mentioned that when you squeeze one of them up and smell it, it smells like you're smelling a pencil sharpener. It smells like ground up pencil wood. Okay, and then over here on this side is what we call the patio tomato. It's actually not the real patio tomato. It's a hybrid that's very similar. It's called a bush Goliath. And as you can see, it's very stout, very strong. And let me see if I can show you. We already have a small tomato growing right here. We have flowers. So this is an early variety and should do very well based on what we see right here. In the last episode, about a month ago, this plant was only about 4 or 5 inches tall. Okay, I'm behind the camera right now because I wanted to hand hold these shots for more flexibility in showing you the plants. Here's our identifier for our celebrity or early variety of tomato. And you can see here, this is the one that you saw last episode where I put the container around it, and now you can see why. Here is our miniature yellow bell pepper, doing very well. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Show that we have some buds starting to form. And where buds form, flowers form, and there comes the fruit. Over on this plant, which was hidden, I was in front of it in the last segment, you can see again the identifier. These are miniature, not miniature, but salad-size red bell pepper. And then back there we have the Roma Tomato, doing very well. Let's see if we can get in there and see. You can see that it's doing very well. It's flowering, and it has reached the top of its container or containment fence. Also, here we can see a little bit better the container holding this one back. Most proud, I am, sound like Jedi Master, is the Japanese eggplant, which is doing very well, very healthy. In the last episode, this was only, again, about 4 or 5 inches tall, and both the large plant and the small plant are doing very well. And last, the cucumbers. Cucumbers we had to replant, if you'll recall, because we had some bad, wet, cold weather here just after I planted my first seedlings. These took very well. Good thing I got the containment fence up early because they're starting to go all over. I don't know if you can see Toby. I've lowered the camera so you can see Toby. He's pretty popular in this show, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to show you. This is a plot of earth that's 6 feet by 8 feet. And we have cucumber. We have an early variety of tomato. We have a patio hybrid tomato. We have oregano. We have sweet basil. We have dragon peppers from Thailand. Those are the hottest peppers around. We've got miniature yellow bell peppers, regular red bell peppers, Japanese eggplant, and here, last but not least in the background, we have Roma tomatoes. These will be really good for salsa, putting into sauces and things like that. So, as you can see, this is really easy, not rocket science. I've got about, at the very most, 10 hours of work in this. That excludes the shopping and buying of different things. But what are you doing, Toad? And Toby loves this garden. So if you have a pet, don't worry about it. They usually respect your plants. If they do get in them, you can protect them a number of different ways. Okay? We'll come back. The next episode, we'll be harvesting.